Yes, of course, sure.
Yes. This movie is not for everybody.
How's it going, Frank?
Very well, thank you.
Why a remake of Maniac?
Don't you want to see more killings and more serial killer movies?
Would you like to see my work?
It wasn't necessarily why. I mean, we loved the movie. My producers came to me, Thomas Langman and Alex Ajar, were big fans of the movies, as I was, and my initial reaction was no. I don't want to make, this movie. It's a classic. It's it's trend-setting what it did out in its originality, and I didn't want to do it. And then I thought about it, and I kept asking, and how would I do it, and what would we do different? And I said, unless we can take a very radical approach to the film, I wouldn't do it. I mean, Maniac, the old version, was copied by so many movies, and now they were saying copy the actual Maniac, and so it was impossible for me unless we found something very original to do with it.
In the original one, the main character, the Maniac, is like creepy, looks like dangerous. The main character in your movie is like too nice, like a handsome guy. Yeah. Why?
That's scarier. You see a scary guy, you don't approach him. As a woman, I don't think you approach the scary guy. But the innocent, nice-looking guy, women approach all the time, and they're okay. They let these guys get close. When that guy turns out to be a serial killer, it's terrifying. It's much more scary, and you're caught by surprise. And that's why I thought, changing the character, and also trying to believe the relationship is important. That we believe that these women want to be close and come into his life. Then it makes the women not likable. If you approach a monster, then you deserve what you get. If somebody, not that every man that isn't good looking is a monster. At least this way, I felt that it made the film more believable.
They may just have found the last true romantic.
Do you think will you have problems in the USA market with the violence of this movie?
Yes.
Yes, of course, sure.
Yes. This movie is not for everybody. Obviously it's a genre piece, and even though I believe that the genre is becoming more popular and more mainstream, a couple months ago the film premiered at Cannes, so which means that there is more openness towards this kind of filmmaking. Still, it is incredibly violent, and the character is misogynist, to say the least, and so yeah, most people are going to have a hard time.
Violence and a little bit of sex, maybe.
Yes.
to sex for
Yes.
USA.
Yes, I prefer more sex than violence, but sometimes you got to make movies.
You like it rough?
Why Elijah Wood? Why him?
It's fun to be surprised when you watch a movie and you get something unexpected. We talked about the handsome character, which attracts women.
I think you're cute.
But also, Elijah carries with him the idea that he's done movies, and the most popular films he's done, he's a good person, he's the good guy, and he's cute to a lot of people, to a lot of women especially. So to imagine him doing these violent acts is alarming. It's strange, and it hits you somewhere, and it's unexpected, and so that just contributes to the violence of the film. That it's so unexpected that it's shocking. You like Elijah immediately.
Yeah.
You always you like him immediately. As soon as he shows up on screen, you like him, and so now you're participating in a crime from inside of his mind, and with somebody that you like and who is now committing these terrible acts. It's all about being involved in it and trying to feel, what he's doing. This was very important to me when we get back to why I redo this movie and why we do it in this way. To, give the experience, allow people to feel the experience of perhaps what it's like to be, a serial killer. I mean, that's why we make genre movies, to experience violence without actually being in violence, to be in a safe place, and yet to, experience the excitement and the danger. I wanted to go deep into that with this movie.
Please don't scream. You're so beautiful.
Did you follow some rule for use the first-person view?
Yes. We used rules. It's all calculated. It's all very specific. I wanted to stay true to the POV. I wanted to be in his mind, and I also wanted to make sure that the audience felt empathy for the character. You know, the film telling stories is about connecting with your lead characters and their experience. And so I needed to see him at some point. I knew that I would have to see him. So the reflections is obvious choice. You stand in front of a mirror, you see yourself. If I'm inside my brain, I see myself in the mirror. And the other was dreams. When you dream of yourself. When you have memories, you see yourself in your own dreams and in your own memories. Close your eyes, you can imagine what you look like and what you see it. So that to me justified it. And then the last one is from the research of reading about serial killers who all said that they felt an out-of-body experience, that they killed but weren't in themselves, that they were watching themselves commit these horrible acts. And I thought that was the perfect way for us to see our lead character, to be able to pull out and witness these violent acts. And so, you know, I stay true to that, and I think it's justified, you know, in the film.
Stop staring. You're missing a movie.
I like a lot the moment. How do you say the front of the movies? You know.
Oh, the cover.
The cover. Sorry, my English is very bad right now. Maybe it's because we get drunk.
I don't know about all that.
And you place the cover of the original one in the reflection of the car.
Yes. You know, that was, you know, there's a couple of moments in the film where we give homage to, you know, to the original. The first one is earlier on when they meet on the date with Lucy, and she says, you know, I thought you were going to be fat and long hair and greasy, and that's obviously an homage to Joe Spinell. And then the other one is the, you know, the cover, the original Maniac poster, which we recreate in the reflection of a car, you know, in the paint. And so, yeah, it's a total homage to that. You know, I talked to William about that poster.
32 years ago, I came here with the original Maniac. I'd like to dedicate this award to my dear friend and creative collaborator, Joe Spinell, who I know is here in spirit.
He had, you know, the original poster, and it turns out that he had nothing to do with it. He sold the movie to distributors, and they showed him the poster one day, and he thought it was shocking. He couldn't believe that the distributor would do that, and that people would come to see the movie after seeing that poster. So even he was shocked by the poster.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, guys.
It's a pleasure.
It's a pleasure.